In this lesson, let's learn about the limits of sequences and convergence. 数列の極限収束 A sequence of numbers in which the terms continue indefinitely is called an infinite sequence. When n becomes infinitely large in the sequence a sub n, if a sub n is infinitely close to alpha, then a sub n is said to be converging towards alpha. In this case, alpha is called the limit value. Find the limit value in the sequence 1, 1/2, 1/3, continuing to 1 over n, when n is infinitely large. Find the general term of a sequence of numbers. In this problem, the general term is a sub n equals 1 over n. We will make a graph and table out of it and predict how it will converge. If you look at the table with the values of a sub n up to n equals 10, you will see that the values of a sub n in the sequence a sub n is getting smaller and smaller for 1 as the value of n increases. So at what value does it converge? Take n as the horizontal axis and a sub n as the vertical axis, and put a point on the graph. Then we can see that the sequence a sub n converges to 0. Calculate the limit when n is approaching infinity. The limit when n is approaching infinity is calculated in this way. Therefore, the limit of the sequence a sub n is 0. Now let's do some practice. Press the pause button and try to solve the practice problem. Once you are finished, press the resume button and mark what you got correct. Now let's check our answers. For number 1, if we look at the table with the values of a sub n up to n equals 10, and the graph with the values of a sub n up to n equals 100, we can see that a sub n approaches 1 as n increases. Therefore, the limit of the sequence a sub n is 1. For number 2, if we look at the table with the values of a sub n up to n equals 10, and the graph with the values of a sub n up to n equals 100, we can see that as n increases, the absolute value decreases and gets closer to 0 when the positive and negative values are swapped. Therefore, the limit of the number sequence a sub n is 0. Were you able to answer both questions correctly? Finally, let's review what we have learned. When an infinite sequence a sub n converges to alpha, it can be written as follows. That concludes this lesson.